What is up, everybody? It's Queen here. How you guys doing today? So in today's video, we're gonna see what is your life purpose. I've been all on like life path numbers recently. I'm still studying that in astrology, so I will be making videos on those eventually, but for now we'll do a tarot card reading about it. Yeah, I thought it was a good question to answer with the tarot cards. Of course, everyone I feel like wants to have some guidance on what they're supposed to be doing in this life, why they're here, and all that good stuff. And obviously there's multiple different things that you could be doing, and it's obviously based off of like your belief and all that stuff too, but we're just going to see what the tarot cards say, and let's get into the piles. So what is your life purpose? We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So I don't know why I just chose these, like these are like the biggest crystals I have right now, and I chose them, who knows why. So anyways, pile 1, we have this really pretty, I honestly don't know what this is, I just got it because it was so pretty and the way it sparkles. If you know what this is, actually down below, let me know. I know it's not amethyst. This is what the back looks like. I'm not sure, but it is beautiful and I do love it. So that's on pile 1. And then pile 2, we have the selenite tower. I love these. They are so beautiful, the way it reflects in the light. I sound like I'm trying to like sell you guys something. I'm not. I really love these crystals. So yeah, this is pile 2. Selenite tower. I have so many of these. And then pile 3, we have this amethyst. This thing is heavy, so I won't hold it up for too long. But yeah, this really beautiful amethyst geode. So I will have some meditation music if you guys do need a little bit more time to pick your pile. If not, and you know what pile you want to choose, the timestamps are down below. So either way, I will see you at your pile. Hello pile 1, if you guys chose this unknown crystal, then this is your pile. So we're going to figure out what your life purpose is, and as you can see, why can't I put this on the thing? Okay, as you can see, I've already pre-pulled the tarot cards. So we have the 3 cards right here, and then this is the back of the deck energy. If you've seen any of my other pick-a cards, you guys probably know I like to read that energy as well, so I have it out as well. Then on camera I will pull some oracle cards just to get some further messages, further clarification, whatever it may be that we need. So let's hop right into your tarot cards. Okay, so the first card we have is the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. It's in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. In the back of the deck energy was the 2 of Pentacles. A lot of pentacle energy. Alright, so pile 1, quite bluntly, your life purpose is to overcome struggle and adversity. You guys are meant to overcome feelings of not being worthy, to overcome struggles of having to go without. Some of you guys may have struggled in poverty or struggled financially at some point in your life, or maybe even during your whole life. This 5 of Pentacles right here is definitely like, obviously means that, but it's also kind of screaming of a lot of stuff that you guys have had to overcome in your life. This pile had to go without in some way, shape, or form, and it's really affected you guys in like big ways in your life. Many of you guys in this pile didn't have the privileges that others seem to be born with, whether that may be it could be your race, ethnicity, your family background, your financial status, growing up. And when I say growing up, doesn't necessarily have to be like in your actual childhood, but you know, at any point in your life, this could have been a detriment to you, something that just like wasn't handed to you in any way, shape, or form. This could have even been like mental, physical struggles that you might have had that other people don't, and other people, you know, just kind of take that stuff for granted, and you guys are kind of battling this thing that you just had to go without that, it was kind of something that you shouldn't have had to go without, you know? A lot of people in this pile with this Five of Pentacles right here might not have had the support you needed in some way, shape, or form. This could have been in the support of family, not having that, not having the support of friends, feeling like you had nobody to turn to. As you can see, these people are like cold in the snow. They have not the right clothes on for a cold winter night, and it's nighttime and they're outside in the snow, and it looks like they're gonna have to sleep out there. And it's just like not having the resources you need either, whether that be a place to stay, food on the table, or actual like money to pay the bills. Maybe you don't have opportunities to get certain jobs. Maybe you didn't have opportunity to do certain things that would have benefited you for whatever reason it may have been. Once again, this could have just been like a lack of like a black mindset sort of thing too. This could have just been internally as well. It doesn't necessarily have to been external factors that you literally hadn't had. So for example, if you're like, oh, that doesn't really resonate, and like I had enough money growing up, I had a house over my head, a roof over my head, I had food on the table. This could have just been, you know, you yourself just not feeling worthy of certain things for whatever reason, whether it be other people in your life who have torn you down, just you've never felt like you were worthy and deserving of nice things. Whatever it may be, this pile really struggled with having to go without in some way, shape, or form. Your life purpose in this pile is to come in alignment with yourself, to come in alignment with who you are meant to be, to really brush off, and I don't want to say brush off because that makes it sound easy, but to really overcome these adversities and these struggles. The life purpose of this pile is to break these cycles, to turn your weaknesses, things that were either held against you or things that you thought you weren't deserving or worthy of, to turn your weaknesses into your strength, to take the hand that you guys were dealt and basically like win the lottery with it, win the whole table at the jackpot with it, right? You are meant to help others with what you have experienced in your lives. These perceived setbacks, these perceived weaknesses, these struggles are what is going to make you financially, mentally, emotionally abundant with this Queen of Pentacles right here. Pile is 100% supposed to take what they have gone through, their experiences, their struggles in life, and turn it into something that benefits not only you, but the greater good of other people. With the Queen of Pentacles right here, she's such a caring, compassionate person. She is, you don't have to be a woman, but she is just so open and willing to help other people, but at the same time she's also very abundant in herself. As you can see, she's literally the Queen of Pentacles, which is, you know, a lot of times money, finances, material items. So she does have what she needs. She has more than what she needs. She is very abundant. As you can see around her, it's all the green scenery. The bunny down here is, you know, hopping around. It's just like she lives such a beautiful, happy, healthy life, and because of that she's able to help others. It's not saying that you're supposed to, you know, be in this energy and help other people. No, you can't help other people until you help yourself. But your life purpose in this life is to get to this Queen of Pentacles type stage where not only will this benefit you and make you happy and make you fulfilled, prosperous, and abundant, but it will also help others who are going through similar struggles. She focuses on the well-being and success of not only herself, she's very abundant in herself, she's already sitting on the throne, she's already made it to that point. As you can see, she's looking at that pentacle and she's wanting to nurture that pentacle as well, just because that in turn will also make her happy and make her feel successful and make her feel fulfilled in life. For some people in this pile, this might mean being a parent of your own and breaking maybe some breaking some generational cycles, breaking some generational curses, if you will, breaking generational debt even. Maybe your parents, your grandparents, whoever affected you and raised you and influenced you in a certain way that led to this Five of Pentacles experience, this Five of Pentacles moment, this lack mentality. Maybe they had a lot of limiting beliefs, self-limiting beliefs. You guys, for some of you, are meant to just break this cycle within your own family, within your own community, within your own you know, system that you live in, your friend group perhaps. Some of you literally might be mothers with this Queen of Pentacle card, and you're meant to show your children that they can have a better life, that they don't have to be in this Five of Pentacles type mentality, that they are worthy of certain things in their life, that they are worthy of success and abundance. Be a father too, but the Queen of Pentacles is just like a very feminine type energy. So yeah, and for other people, this could be on a broader scale. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a family unit. If you don't want a family, if you know, maybe are younger or whatever reason, it doesn't have to be a family. But it could just be caring and looking out for others. This could be somebody who you know, went through a lot of financial struggles in their life, and now their job, their career, the way they make their money and their success is by making videos on YouTube about how you can quit your 9-to-5 job and be a self-employed person, be a self-made person, you know what I mean? Or somebody who writes books about that type of stuff or something like that. It's just like, because you went through this struggle, you're giving back, not only to yourself, it's making you a lot of money, it's giving you a lot of prosperity, a lot of success, a lot of abundance in your life. Everything, as you can see in this card, is just so warm and open and yellow and beautiful and thriving, right? So it's not only benefiting you, but it's benefiting others as well. Perhaps if you are a minority and or of a certain like race, ethnicity, and gender, perhaps in either a certain field or just some way in life, you're using this now to your benefit. Maybe before it did detriment you in a big way and it held you back in a big way, but now you're using it to be seen, to be paid, to be successful, to be abundant, and now you're going to help people of the same community, of the same background as you, as the same gender as you, see that they also can do it too. They also can make it to this Queen of Pentacles type stage. It's like you're gonna get the success, you're gonna get everything that you had to go without back like tenfold in this pile one. Like, this is your life purpose, this is your destiny, if you will, and it's because you guys are going to also give back that you are going to gain so much. It's always gonna be you first, you thriving, you benefit, you prosperous, you being secure and safe and stable, of course, but it's like you're gonna get all of that and so much more, because Spirit knows that you guys are going to lead the future generations. You guys are going to shine for future people who had to struggle in this way, who had to be this way, who perhaps don't have anyone on their side, who feel like they don't have a voice, who feel like there's no way they can overcome the weight of this Five of Pentacles moment. You know, if they don't have anyone to look up to, sometimes it can turn out really bad, because like people's pains and struggles and hardships can really make or break them, and for a lot of people it breaks them. But because you guys in pile one, it did not break you. You made, like I said, you took the hand you were dealt, and you're winning the jackpot with it. You're winning the whole table with it. You're winning and winning and winning, and because of that, Spirit is just going to keep rewarding you guys, because you have a good heart and because you want to help these other people as well. Well, you thrive. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. With this Two of Pentacles up here, it speaks of having to juggle a lot, and I'm sure this Five of Pentacles moment, this stuff that you had to go without, this feeling like you're not enough, this feeling like you just were given the shitty hand or whatever in life, you know, it weighs on a person. It definitely does. Just because you're strong enough to hold something doesn't mean you should have to carry it, right? So this Two of Pentacles is really speaking of somebody who is juggling a lot, but it's upright. It's saying that, yeah, it might be a little bit hard for them to do it all the time, but they're very versatile. They can adapt. They, if they need to make a choice, they will make a choice in life. And yeah, it's like you are able to handle it, which is why you are going to be successful in this. I might put like a life path calculator down below. Actually, I think I will. A lot of you guys might be life path 8s. Like, I really resonate with this pile. I'm laughing just because, I don't know, that's just what I do. But yeah, no, I resonate with this pile a lot. Like, you guys might be life path 8. Life path 8s in their life, they hit really hard financial times. Some people even hit bankruptcy. I mean, like, hard financial times. And or they hit really hard like self-worth battles that they have to fight. Like they really hit lows of lows within self-worth and stuff like that. But their life path 8 means that they also can create literally so much abundance, prosperity. Like, they could be rich bitch type shit. Like, if only they can overcome this struggle. And I'm aware this is really hard to overcome. I am so aware of that. But if you guys are able to balance and to overcome these struggles and, you know, take certain things, accept certain things for how they are, and that comes across more as like radical acceptance. If you want to look at that up, you can see what that means. It doesn't mean you're allowing things or saying it was right what happened to you. That's not what it's saying at all. It's just saying, I can't change this, so I'm going to push this aside, and if I can in the future change that, I will. But for right now, there's nothing I can do about it. So what can I do? What can I change? Once again, I keep saying, taking the shitty hand you were dealt and winning the jackpot with it, turning lemons into lemonade, right? That saying, it's that type of vibe here for sure. And your purpose is to have a lot. Your purpose is to be rich. Your purpose is to be successful. Your purpose is to be abundant. Your purpose is to, you know, do well in the material world in whatever way that means to you, whether that means an abundant family that you never had, whether that means having money that you never had, whether that means owning your own business when you didn't think it was possible. Whatever it means to you, your purpose is to be this Queen of Pentacles moment, whether you are male or female. It is this Queen of Pentacles moment, nurturing, caring, but also prosperous, successful, full of achievement, and just like the mothering energy, the very caring, compassionate, somebody who also wants to give back. Yeah, your life purpose in this pile, in overcoming your struggles and adversity, in overcoming this Five of Pentacles, in doing that for you, you're going to shoot up so high to a place that you never thought you would ever be, to a place of such happiness, success, and abundance that you never thought you would have, that it's just going to start overflowing out of your cup. And with the overflow, you're going to be like, well, I have more than plenty enough for me and mine, so now I'm going to give to others. And that's why you're going to be, I'm not going to say given, you're still going to have to work for it, but this is why you're going to be rewarded with such status, with such wealth, with such abundance, is because you guys have the mentality behind it, where you're not going to be like the dragon hoarding it all. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, okay, I have so much more than I ever thought I could have. What can I do now? And for you guys, it's going to be giving back in some way, shape, or form. So that is beautiful, and I love it. And you should look up your life path in Life Path 8 if you are Life Path 8. You should look that up as well, just for like more information. And I will do videos about life paths and all that stuff in the future. And eventually I do want to do like astrology ones too. But I'm not gonna like sit here and preach on things that I'm still learning myself. It took me like a couple years to learn tarot. So in like a year or so, perhaps I can get into that type of stuff. But anyways, let's get on to the oracle cards. Let's see what other messages come out about what is your life purpose for pile 1. Yeah, you guys, I know when you're in this Five of Pentacles state, it's really easy to be like, to lose hope. But you guys are you're meant to get the business. You're meant to make the money. You're meant to live successful, healthy, happy, prosperous, rich. Like, I don't know what else to say. You're meant to. So do not give up hope, because that is what you guys in this pile are here. You were put on this earth to obtain the material possessions, the wealth, the status, the house, the family, whatever it is that you desire. And then from there, you're going to just empower so many other people. And that is why you guys are here. So, all right, anyways. What other messages do we have? What is pile 1's life purpose? Ooh, one fell off. All right, so we have the monkey with play in reverse. And we have heal with the frog. So monkey play speaks a lot about like childhood traumas and things that children should not have had to endure, whether that be, you know, not having enough food, not having enough emotional support, children having to take care of their own siblings because their parents just aren't around or paying attention, whatever it may be. So this Five of Pentacles could be from a childhood type trauma, something that happened when you were younger, and it might still be very much in your subconscious mind or even in your, you know, conscious mind, but you are trying to overcome it right now. Like I said before, this limiting belief that maybe your parents passed on to you, that, you know, who are you to go search for more money? Who are you to go search for more status, more whatever it may be, a better position in a job or something like that, like because your parents maybe, sorry, this cuts off randomly and I don't know why it does this. The camera just cuts off, but I digress. But yeah, this doesn't necessarily have to be like your parents who pass things down to you, like limiting beliefs, whether they explicitly told you that you weren't good enough for something, or it was kind of subliminal, like, you know, they worked for this company, so you have to work for this company, and that's all there is, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, it's just things that were passed down either when you were younger or when you were a child even. This doesn't have to be in a parental family setting either, just anywhere that people who were older or more experienced than you maybe had some influence over you, kind of told you were enough, or just made it seem like you couldn't get to something. For example, when I was in high school, I remember this teacher I had, she asked me after school, she was like, what do you want to do when you graduate? And at the time I wanted to become a model. I am happy that that never happened, especially now that everything has been uncovered and everything with the modeling industry is more out there. You can see how like traumatizing it is for girls especially, and women. But anyways, I told her I wanted to become a model, and she literally looked at me, and mind you, at the time I was like a size 3 in my jeans, right? And she literally looked at you and at me and was like, you're too big to become a model. Like, I used to work for modeling agencies. She was like a she wasn't a model herself, but I guess she worked on their like marketing teams or whatever, and she was like, yeah, you have to be like a 00 to be a model. And this is obviously back in like the early 2000s, so that was a standard, absolutely, for sure. But for somebody of influence over me, a teacher that I looked up to and told me, you know, I couldn't do such a thing, and also basically calling me fat when I wasn't fat at all. Like, the modeling industry back then was such an unhealthy standard. To be a 00 is not natural for 99% of people. But I digress. Of course that leaves a lack in you. Like, your passion isn't enough, your dream isn't enough, you're not enough to complete such passion, you're not enough to complete said dream. So that's just an example in my own life of something. I wouldn't say that was necessarily a trauma, but of course it did have an effect on me. I was like 16, 17 at the time. Like, of course that has an effect on you as a person, not only as a person, but as like a woman, and like body image and all that type of stuff. And also, you know, just like I said, like, you have this dream, this passion, this desire that is just so untainted and pure and almost naive in a way. And of course she wasn't wrong per se, but it like didn't have to be said like that, you know what I mean? So it did have an influence on me in a way, and once again, I'm happy it didn't turn out the way that it did. But anyways, so this could have been anything that was like from the past that really affected either your mindset, your money mindset, your aspirations for the future, your plans for the future, even for some people. Or this could be something that was as detrimental as, like, you know, actual like trauma, like family trauma, childhood trauma, things that happened to you when you were little that just really hold an emotional and mental toll on you, whether you realize it subconsciously or not. With the heal card over here, the frog, it's really saying that this is what you're meant to do. You're meant to heal this trauma for yourself. Of course, you can't change what happened in the past, and that does not make, obviously, what happened in the past right. It doesn't excuse the person who caused this trauma onto you. It doesn't excuse them of any blame. But if you forgive and heal for you, then you're able to move forward with your life. Then you're able to finally achieve what you want to achieve. Then you're not held down anymore. You heal and forgive for yourself. And from there, you can get to this Queen of Pentacles type place where it's just going to be so beautiful, so prosperous, and so abundant for you guys. This could definitely be for some of you guys if it isn't like actual childhood trauma. And when I say that, I mean, you know, like abuse as a child or neglect as a child or whatever it may be. This could be for some of you guys just needing to heal your inner child in some way, shape, or form too. Maybe this lack mindset came from something when you were younger, like I said before, that you just feel like you couldn't accomplish, and now you feel like maybe it's too late, or you just think that you're not worthy of such a thing. But usually, I mean, obviously as we grow older, we get wiser and we learn experiences and lessons and stuff. But a lot of times what we wanted, like truly wanted in our soul of souls as a child, when it came to like career and like just things that you love doing, is something that honestly is just so pure and untainted by this. by the real world, you know what I mean? And I feel like for you guys, this might be something that you want to explore as well to get to this Queen of Pentacles type place. So for example, if as a child you love to draw, and then perhaps growing up and, you know, or you had to start thinking about what you were going to do when you get older, somebody told you, you can't be an artist, you'll make no money, you'll be poor, you'll be a starving artist, and, you know, kind of like crushed your hope and dreams because of that. Maybe like looking back into that and being like, okay, where did this come from? Who said that, and why did they say that? Is that more to do with them? Did they have a dream that they couldn't achieve, that they couldn't fulfill, and now they put it onto me when I was impressionable, and now I've carried the weight of this whole time? Maybe for some of you guys, this is going back and exploring something that you wanted to do as a kid. So for the drawing example, you know, maybe perhaps now with social media and everything, you can look back into it and first of all, see if you still like to do it, you know, because things change as you get older. But if you truly still have an interest in it and a passion in it, and the only reason you gave it up was because somebody else told you you weren't worthy, or you just believed you weren't worthy, really looking into that again. Okay, we'll get 2 from here, and then we'll get one last message for you guys. What does pile 1, what is pile 1's life purpose? Dude, do you see that? Healing came out again. That was wild. So on the back of the deck, we have manifest, which says dreams, journal, moon, sleep. Yeah, what was I just saying about chasing your dreams? I definitely think for you guys, this is about healing something, especially that's something that happened when you were younger, specifically probably as a child, that led to this lack, that led to you feeling like you weren't enough, that led to you feeling insecure, unsafe, and really healing that. And yeah, obviously that's a lot easier than it sounds. Like I said, with the 2 of Pentacles, it's going to be a lot to juggle. And I kind of hated this the first time I heard it, but I feel like I'm going to say it to you guys anyways, because after a while I realized that it was kind of true. But I feel like you wouldn't be given something you couldn't handle. And I'm not saying that, you know, your trauma was meant to happen. I'm not saying that any injustices that happen to you were meant to happen. I'm not saying that at all. There are shitty people in this world who do shitty things for shitty reasons, and that's completely on them, and that is completely their fault, and what they have to deal with, right? But I just feel like in this pile, you are strong enough to handle this, to deal with it, and you shouldn't have to, but you can't change what already happened. I feel like this already happened to most of you, to all of you, and I think you just need to heal, and you need to know that you are strong enough to heal, and that healing isn't linear either. Don't expect this to happen all night, overnight. I can't like talk and do stuff at the same time. I was saying, like, don't expect this to happen overnight. Healing isn't linear, and you guys probably know this, but really getting to the bottom of it, if you need to seek professional help with a therapist or with a counselor or with something like that, then definitely do that. Some things you could do would be journal, like it says on here. Okay, I used to hear this all the time too, and I was like, journaling. And then I actually started doing it, and you'd be surprised how much like clarity you can gain by journaling, and just like not carrying things around with you is so freeing. Like, I don't know how to explain it, and it doesn't really take that much time. Even if you're like a mom or something with kids, like you can, you know, find time to journal and stuff with the kids or whatever. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like this would be really helpful for you guys. Yeah, even taking like the time in the shower or the bath to just really take that time and be like your time, make it like a meditative type of experience that could help you heal as well. I just think you guys need to hear that you are strong. You will overcome this. You just have to believe in yourself. You are worthy, and you can literally get what you desire. Literally, you can have this. And it's gonna maybe take, you know, cutting some people off. It's gonna take some time, but I think you guys can definitely get to this point. And then we have threshold, perception, surrender, dissolve, illusion. Yeah, I think this is something that was like placed upon you by somebody else, or just by growing up in general. You just like see like the real world as it is, you know what I mean? Kind of lose that childlike innocence and your perception of things start to change into a more negative connotation in this aspect. I feel like you guys just need to know that this threshold, this perception is reality. Your perception needs to change first about this subject, and then your reality will change later. So yeah, let's get one more message. I feel like I keep like sorry, stuttering so much in this pile. I don't know why it's coming on so suddenly. I have to stand up when I do these readings, and then obviously like I'm shuffling the cards, trying to read the cards, and then also trying to like think of what I'm saying. And I don't know, sometimes if I do too many things at once, I kind of lose my train of thought. So I apologize for the stuttering and or sentences that are run on or whatever the heck is happening right now. Alright, so let's get the last card for you guys. What is pile 1's life purpose? Let's see what it says. And we'll read this out of the book for you. Just get one. What is pile 1's life purpose? 2 came out, but let's see. Gonna just get one. What is pile 1's life purpose? What is pile 1's life purpose? Yes, I love that. Okay, what did I say before? I literally said this. It's at the back of the deck. Radical acceptance. How wild is that? I literally, didn't I say earlier to look that up and to like look more into it, because I feel like that would help this pile? Yeah, radical acceptance, absolutely. But the one that came out is co-creation with Spider-Woman. This is exactly what I was talking about too. What was I saying? That perception is reality, and as soon as your perception of things change, you have to change what's on the inside first, and then the reality of, you know, your world will change pretty much. So let me get the book for this. Okay, so it says Spider-Woman co-creation. From the rich red earth, the Navajo goddess Spider-Woman rises up to help you weave your dreams into the fabric of reality. She is here to remind you that your vision, and the form of your desire is not as important as its essence. Knowing why you want to do something, why you want to create something, what motivates you, what inspires you, and what beauty you're dreaming to bring to life is key at this time. The collective dream is being manifested by the co-creative relationship between your imagination and the universe. So, call to the best within you and weave your world into being with intentionality and humility. Remember that you can't control the form, accept life on life's terms. When the goddess Spider-Woman appears, she heralds the creation of a most beautiful dream that springs to life as if by magic. Stay with it. We need your dream to be added to the web of all creation. 100%. That definitely just summed up everything that I was saying before. So that was a great card to end on. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys at pile 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below what you thought of the reading, whatever you want to comment. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. What is up, pile 2? If you guys chose this selenite, then this is your reading. So, as you can see, I've already pre-pulled the tarot cards. So I have the 3 cards right here. Oh my god, that looks like it's going to fall over. Hold on. Okay. So I have the 3 cards right here. And then I also pulled the back of the deck energy. I just use it. It helps me. So yeah, that's why we have those. So we'll find out what your life purpose is. I love this type of reading. So we will also pull some oracle cards on camera after I'm done with the tarot cards. So let's get into your tarot cards. What is pile 2's life purpose? So we have the 3 of Wands. I'm sorry if you can hear like noise upstairs. I literally have the, well, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say I have the worst living situation for this, but I shouldn't say that. I'm grateful for my living situation, but it's noisy. Let's just say that. So I apologize. But anyways, we have the 2 of Wands. And then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. And lastly, we have the 6 of Wands. A lot of fire energy here. So first things first, you guys could definitely be a fire sign. So you could be an Aries, a Leo, or Sagittarius, or you could have like a fire sign in your North Node. Maybe I'll put a link down below. I think I'm gonna put a link down below for the like North Node, if you guys don't know that, how to calculate that, and also your life path number, because that came up in the last pile, and I think I'm gonna say it in this pile too. So yeah, if you guys don't know your life path number or your North Node, I'll leave it down below. But anyways, You don't have to look it up if you don't want to. I just might mention it. That's why I'm saying that. So maybe you guys have a fire sign in your north node as well, with all these fire signs, with all the wands. So pile 2, your life purpose is to be a trailblazer in your life, in your career, and in your studies. You guys are meant to push the boundaries of what is considered the norm. With this Page of Swords in reverse, it's like everyone is saying this is how we do things. This is how it's done. You know what I mean? Or they're saying this is how it should be done. This is how it's supposed to be done. You know what I mean? I feel like these people are just very uninspired. They could be very cynical. They could be pessimistic. They shut down ideas before the ideas even have a chance to like take off and have any merit to them. These could be people in your life. This could just be like society in general. These could be people in your career field if you already have like a career job that you work in right now, in a field of study perhaps that you're studying right now. These are just like people who are very like cynical, pessimistic. They shoot down ideas. They're like, this is how it should be done. This is the way we do it. They just assume new things will never be successful. They assume things can't or shouldn't change. These people lack in individuality. They can't or won't think outside the box. For a lot of people, if this isn't like, you don't actually know people like that, this might just be society in general, and this is where your life purpose comes in. You guys are meant to be, like I said, the trailblazer. You guys are meant to kind of bust down these doors to the norms, bust down the norms, to break through with innovation, with new ideas, with new inspiration. Your guys' life purpose is to bring new concepts, new ideas into the world, into your career, into certain fields, certain subjects, whatever you are interested in. You're supposed to create new paths. You guys are meant to make people question the norm, question the status quo, and it's not like in a way that they'll be like, what the heck? Like they'll be inspired by you guys. You guys are the people who will influence, not the ones who will be influenced. You will be the ones who are influencing others. Like I said, trailblazers, forerunners, innovators, in whatever it is you do in life. This is what you're meant to do. You're meant to shake things up and spice things up. And you also have the bite to back your bark. Like I said before, it's like you have the plan in action right here with the 2 of Wands. You've already thought this through. You already have like the future plans. You already have the ideas. You already have the concepts. You already have the details down. It's like you already have expanded. You're already like in this future mindset that people haven't even wanted to consider or thought to consider yet. Yeah, this could be like really Aries energy, kind of like headstrong, but it could be like Leo, Sag, like I said before. I was getting like fashion for some people. This doesn't necessarily have to be, this could be in any field, but some of you guys might be like fashion, trailblazers, kind of like pushing the norms with what is, you know, fashionable or what is acceptable in certain fashion and in certain beauty concepts and in certain social media concepts even. It's like you guys are meant to stand out from the crowd because you're meant to bring change. It doesn't have to be fashion or social media related or beauty related or anything like that. I just thought that for a minute, I don't know. But yeah, it could be that. It could be any field though. Like I said, this could be you guys coming up with new ideas in the world of finances, like crypto, like what's next after crypto. I don't know. You guys might figure it out though. Like you guys might have new ideas about things that are related to science. You're gonna know which way this fits for you. Obviously, you have your interest. You're going to get new interests in the future. You're gonna have your job, or you already have your job career that you are in. It's just like you are going to just have these new ideas, these new concepts, and they're gonna work. It's the thing. That's the thing with the 6 of Wands over here. It's like they're meant to succeed. The 6 of Wands is literally the card of victory, of success. Like your new ideas are literally going to be almost like, I don't want to say like revolutionary because that sounds intense. I mean, for some of you it might, but for others of you who perhaps don't want to be seen on like too large of a scale, it's just going to be really impactful for whoever is around you. For some people, this could be on a community level, like the community that you live in, a family level even, just like really bringing new ideas and new concepts into perhaps a family, a community, or even like a culture perhaps that people aren't used to, but it's like people will applaud you when you bring it in. I mean, they might not do it at first. Obviously, people kind of look at things sideways when they're different, and I feel like you guys are definitely meant to stand out and be a little bit different, but in the end, you will be successful with these concepts, with these ideas. It's just like, because this is getting old, this is stale, this is old-fashioned to the point that it's like you're not even trying to look into new ways to do things. Like things need to change, you know what I mean? The world is changing no matter what. We have to keep up with it, and you guys are going to be the people who do that. On a bigger scale, like I said, if it's not just like a family community type thing, on a bigger scale, this could be in social media, this could be in your actual career, this could be on a just more seen scale in some way, shape, or form, whether that be in media, in finances, in science, in, I keep coming up with the same ideas, but you guys understand what I'm saying. In just like whatever way, whatever form that you operate best in is where you're going to be the forerunner, where you're going to be the person coming up with the innovation. It's like if you had told people like 50 years ago about cryptocurrency, they'd be like, no way. And now, you know, obviously a lot more people accept cryptocurrency, and even then people still aren't on board. I feel like more people are than not, but you still have some people who are just like, no, because it's out there, you know. It seems very out there for a lot of people, especially like the older population, the older generation. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like stuck, stagnant. It's like not willing to budge. It's not willing to look at new ways of doing things. It's not willing to look at new concepts, whether that be from you know, they believe that they shouldn't be doing this type of stuff, like going back to the whole fashion industry and stuff like that. Like, you shouldn't have men wearing makeup or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just like, it feels very like stuck in ways that is very not helpful to people. But for some people, once again, it might not be that they're willfully stuck like this. It might just be like they don't think like you guys do. They don't see like you guys do. They don't have the foresight that you guys have for these things. Like I said, some people are the influenced and some people are the influencers, and you guys are the influencers in whatever field, whatever study, whatever career you choose, or just in your life in general. Like I said, this doesn't have to be on a huge scale. This could just be in a family unit. This could be in a community unit, which is beautiful. Yeah, your life purpose here, guys, is just to keep going with that, to keep following your visions for the future. I'm not saying you're going to be successful with each and every one of them, but especially with the Two of Wands here, if you do the planning, if you do the work, if you kind of take a moment to really think things through, think things out, and have a plan down, when you get to the Three of Wands moment, when you're ready to expand on that idea, when you're ready to actually move forward with that and act on it, it's like there's nothing that can stop you guys here with the Six of Wands. It's like people are going to applaud you with what you are able to create. Like, you guys are like Steve Jobs over here, like just creating such new innovative concepts, bringing new ideas to people. Sorry, my camera died. I had to change the battery, but I think you understand what I'm getting at here. And once again, I can't like give examples for everything. You guys are gonna have to really sit with yourself and see how this fits into your own life. But yeah, you guys are definitely trailblazers, and you're meant to be, and you're not meant to stay with the crowd, you know what I mean? You're meant to stand out. And of course there's going to be challenges with that, you know, when you're the only one on the high horse up here. The next card after the Six of Wands is the Seven of Wands. He has to defend what he has gained. They're all cheering him now, but eventually they get jealous of him because they can't be like him. They don't have it within themselves to be on this high horse to win what he has won, and so he has to defend himself in the next card, the Seven of Wands. So yeah, of course there is going to be some struggles with this, and also it is it's nice to stand out. I feel like everybody wants to be noticed, but when you're standing out on such a level and you're the only one standing out sometimes in such a bright way, it can be hard too, because you feel like you're standing alone. So that could be also something that was really challenging. And also closed-minded people with this Page of Swords in reverse, it's just not going to help you guys out too much. But you're stronger than that. You're brighter than that. He's the Page. He's not. It's a very like immature, very backward, very just, I don't know how else to say it, immature way of thinking. It's like, you're not helping anyone. Like, why are you holding on to this train of thinking? Why are you holding on to these old concepts? Why are you holding on to these just old way of doing things? It's so boring. Like, it's so hurtful. It's so detrimental. You know what I mean? So it's not going to stop you guys at all, for sure. You guys in this pile might be life path 1. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you guys were life path 1, which once again is the trailblazer, is the person who is, you know, the head of the company, the head of the family, the head of the whatever it is, the head in their field even, you know, the trailblazer in whatever field they choose to work in. It's just like coming up with such new ways of doing things, such new stuff, and it's very beneficial, and people are really going to love you for it. So yeah, that is what I have here. Pretty self-explanatory of your life purpose. You guys are meant to be seen, meant to be heard. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to expand people's perceptions of the way that we do things now. Expand the literature that you make, expand with the words that you say, just expand in whatever way fits with you. Sorry, I can't like shuffle and talk at the same time. Okay, so let's get a oracle card for you guys. See what else has to say. What is pile 2's life purpose? All right, what is pile 2's life purpose? Look at that, the back of the deck, create. Yeah, you're meant to create something that's going to really expand just people's perceptions of the way things are, expand how people do stuff, expand why people do stuff, just like something like that. Freedom! What did I say? You're meant to be the trailblazer. You guys aren't meant to be held down by anything or anyone. There's no concepts that are going to hold you guys down. You're free 100%, and you're just going to be like marching to your own drum. That's great. And then we have balance in reverse. So let's see what it says over here. So balance in reverse, I'm really getting the feel if you guys, since you guys are the trailblazers, since you guys are the people who are going to be the innovators, the ones who are going to be leading the charge, if you will, I feel like there might be a little, how do I say it? Like when you're up on this high horse and you're the one who's, you know, parading around, it can be easy to get a little bit arrogant in a way. I don't want to say arrogant, but you know what I mean? It just be balanced and know that, you know your ideas are good, but at the same time, try to stay humble, try to stay grounded, try to realize that, you know, even though you're creating all this new stuff and you are the influencer, not the influenced, that doesn't necessarily make you better than other people. You know what I mean? So just try to stay balanced and grounded and humble, even as you guys are breaking down these doors and these barriers. Know your worth, be proud of what you've done, and been like, hell yeah, I did that, but at the same time, you don't need to, you know, kind of go around arrogant and hubris and all that stuff. So also there's a little note here too of being balanced in a way that, you know, just because you do think of something and you have created new paths in the past, like you have created new doors that you've opened, you've, you know, created new ways of doing things, whatever it may be, doesn't mean that you are always right or that everything you do is great. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes some things we create aren't the best, while other things are amazing. Like, just something like that is what I'm getting here. So, and then, like I said, with freedom, you guys are just meant to be free souls. You're free expression, free, however this forms for you. With all the wands, a lot of you guys might be, like I said, trailblazing in like business ventures, trailblazing in creative projects, especially with this create right here. Some of you guys might be, I'm just thinking of people who like broke standards for industries. Like I said, Steve Jobs was one of them with Apple. Why is he the only person I can think of? I don't know. I guess just like standout people like George R. Martin, I guess, with Game of Thrones. I don't know why I can't think of anybody right now, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, you guys are given the creative freedom. You're given all this energy. You're given this insight. You're given this passion and desire to want to create future better things. And it's just like, you're given this freedom, so you need to create what you need to create with it. I'm not gonna say you need to, but your life purpose is to use this energy in a good way to create new things that will not only help you and, you know, fulfill you, but to help others along the way as well. So how you could do that with this create card app, like definitely you guys could create new things, whether it be in terms of writing stuff down, books, create videos in some way, shape, or form, whether that be actually like film, or, you know, on, I say film, but I mean like theater or like film like this that I'm doing, like YouTube, that type of stuff, just to create things that are going to not only fulfill you, but fulfill other paths in life. So, all right, so let's get to these. We'll do 2 of these and then we will do one last card and that will be it. I think we pretty much covered everything, but we'll just see what this side. I would like to actually know down below if you guys already are kind of like in a career that you're very passionate about, or you have like an idea, a business project, a creative endeavor, like whatever it is. I want to know if you guys feel comfortable sharing what this might be about, because I am quite interested, because it will help me come up with examples too. Like, I know what I'm like feeling when I read these stuff, but obviously you guys as the people viewing it don't feel the same thing. So I try to come up with examples, and every single time I'm like, why did I say that example? That's not a good example. So if you guys actually don't mind sharing things, that would help me out a lot too. But yeah, anyways, what is pile 2 life purpose? Okay, so we have curiosity. This is so perfect. Experience, play, uncover, ask. Yeah, you guys are meant to be free. You guys, I feel like it's just like you I don't know why, the only thing I'm thinking of is Rick saying, you ain't gonna tell me shit. Like it's just like such a freedom that a lot of people don't, unrestrained is the feeling I'm getting. A lot of people aren't secure in themselves enough to feel this way. A lot of people aren't confident enough to feel this way, but you guys have the freedom of that's not a problem for you. You guys have the freedom of just so much energy to put into this. Like, some people, this is exhausting for them, you know what I mean? You have this freedom to be curious, to experience new things, to play around and see, does this work, does this not work, to uncover new things. This is such a perfect card for you. And then we also have gratitude, which says receiving, blessings, thanks, and giving. Yeah, I just feel like I said, you guys receive a lot of like downloads, if you will. I don't know what you guys, you know, obviously believe in, but I feel like you receive either it from your, whatever you want to believe in, like your own inner spark, your own desires, curiosities, your intuition. I don't know where that stopped, but I was basically saying that you guys are just receiving such like insights from a deeper part of you, like your soul, these passions, these desires, and they're just so spot on. And you guys are receiving this, and you're just like, oh, it's time to move forward with this. And it says giving as well as receiving. Yeah, I feel like this is like a give and take. Like, you guys are going to make this stuff for people, but it's going to be very like helpful for them as well. And people are going to applaud you for that. And then obviously gratitude with blessings. You're going to receive so many blessings from these ideas, from these projects that you do, from these concepts that you come up with. Yeah, this is just so exciting. And then finally, let's get one last card. So what is pile 2's life purpose? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You guys are free souls, 100%. You're not meant to be chained down by these societal concepts, by these societal norms, by any sort of like norm or concept that is supposed to be like, you question it all, you challenge it all, and you know, the world needs people like that. But it's all about balance too, like I said before. Ask yourself why you questioning it. Ask yourself what is your motive, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I said Aries energy especially, because when it's very headstrong, but when it's out of balance, it can be very, well, headstrong still, but maybe not in the best way. Okay, so what is pile 2's life purpose? Let's get one last card. That flew out, and it says nurturer. And at the back of the deck, we have devotion, which is so true. You guys are going to be so devoted to whatever this path that you're taking, or these new paths that you are taking. And I feel like it's going to be more than one. I feel like you guys aren't going to be the person just like do one thing and keep going down that path, unless that certain path is like very like hefty, like it's you know, has a lot to it. I feel like you guys will have a lot of different avenues that you choose to do and follow. But anyways, it says Demeter, nurturer. I think I said that right. Also, can we talk about this? It says 1-1, and this card says 1-1 as well. And I literally said you guys are probably the life path 1. Just putting it out there. 1-1. 1 is the number of like new beginnings, and you guys are literally the people who are going to be bringing new beginnings in for other people and for the collective. So anyways, nurturer. Let's read this out of the book. So it says, giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into your nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too, for giving must be a balance by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. Yes, that was beautiful for your pile, especially. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I see for you guys in pile 2. Once again, let me know down below, like, if you feel like sharing, what are your passions, what are your inspirations, any new thoughts that you have. Maybe you're not here yet at this point in your life of being this trailblazer, but you're meant to be, so I'm like super excited for that for you guys. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. What is up, pile 3? If you guys chose this amethyst, let me grab it, hold on, that this is your reading. I still don't know why I chose like these huge crystals, but it's your life purpose. It's a big thing, so. Anyway, so as you can see, I've already pre-pulled the tarot cards, so we're gonna see there's these three tarot cards right here, and then this is the back of the deck energy. I like to use it for, well, the reading, obviously. So yeah, we'll get into that. Also, I'm going to leave a link down below because it came up in the first 2 piles for calculating your life path number and also calculating your north node. You don't have to do it for the reading. I just might mention it, and that's why I'll leave it down below in case you're curious, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can still watch the reading without doing it. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, so let's find out what your life purpose is here in pile 3. So we're going to flip over the tarot cards, and then at the end of the reading I'll pull some oracle cards on camera. So let's see what you have. We have Justice in reverse, and upright it looks like this, but it's in reverse. Sorry for all the noise in the background. I live in a situation that I can't really help it, and I apologize for it. But anyways, the second card is the Ten of Pentacles. I almost put it back over. And then we also have the Tower. And the back of the deck energy was Temperance. This is a powerful pile with all the major arcanas. Okay, so pile 3, you guys are meant to bring balance and change into this lifetime and in your life, not only your life, but other people's lives around you. I feel like a lot of people in this pile might have had a number of injustices / unfair treatment by others, with this Justice in reverse card right here that has happened to them throughout their lifetime, and that really affected them, you know? Things that other people either did to you or did that affected you that didn't seem right or didn't seem fair, and there was no justice for this. There was no compensation for these unfair things that happened to you. For some people, this could have been on a personal level where you were treated unfairly and it really affected your mental, even physical health, your emotional health for some of you guys. And for others, this might have been more of a like societal / a systematic type of injustice that has really impacted you in your growth. I feel like some people in this pile may literally have had crimes committed against them that you never got any compensation for, and or that the other person who committed such an act was never like punished for in any way. I'm getting a lot of Libra energy. This, I know there's like more cards than just the Justice card here, but it's like really talking loudly right now in comparison to the other cards. So I'm getting a lot of Libra energy here. You may be a Libra, you may have Libra in your chart, a lot of Libra in your chart. But anyways, some people in this pile might not have had perhaps any specific tragedy or anything that happened to them, or any like specific instance that they can think back to. However, I feel like you guys specifically in this pile, no matter what scenario you resonate with, I feel like you guys in this pile, you just kind of like look around at things that are happening around you in the world, in your society, maybe even in your like family and your home life, and you're just kind of like, is anyone else seeing this? Like, am I the only one seeing this? You just see all these things that are just so wrong that happen in day-to-day life, and you're kind of just like, how is everybody else just kind of like turning a blind eye? Like, that's the way it is. You're like, I can't do that. Even things that don't impact you directly, I feel like pile 3, you guys are just very empathetic. Like, you really take in the hurts of other people, whether you want to or not. You're just unable, once you hear something, once you see something, or once you know something, you're unable to just be like, you're not unable to go back to the way that you thought before, that you perceived things before. It's just, you just can't do it. You're like I said, you kind of look around and you're just like, is nobody else seeing what I'm seeing? Like, are y'all living in a different planet? Like, what the hell? Like I said, I feel like for whatever the reason that you guys have, this group is very empathetic to other people's plights. You just don't like when other people are mistreated. You obviously don't like when you yourself has been mistreated, and most likely for whatever reason, this is probably because of something that happened to you in the past. But if not, it doesn't have to be, like I said, something specific. If you can't think of anything, it could just be like who you are, especially if you have a lot of Libra in your chart. Libra is like the scales of balance, as you can see on the Justice card. It's just like, you have to make things right. Like, this is not fair, this is unjust, and you just can't turn a blind eye. You guys feel like you're very ethical, morally righteous, and empathetic in this group. So pile 3, your life purpose is to lean into these aspects of yourself and help bring balance and order to the world, to your life, to your community, to society. Just kind of like see the world as it is, the society as it is, see the chaos and the destruction, and to bring balance and order to that. I know that sounds like super heavy. Let me explain. Like I said, with all these major arcana, for some people in this pile, this can be a heavy burden. This can be something that's very heavy to carry, but it doesn't have to necessarily be on the scale that you might initially be thinking when you hear me say that. I feel like some people think that if they can't change the world at like a huge major level, then they can't do anything at all. And I feel like this pile, you guys really need to know your personal power and know that even small ripple effects, small changes can affect larger like patterns in the water, right? It can affect larger things in life. Even if it is something small that you're doing, or you don't think it has much impact, you guys are still doing something, you know what I mean? Or at least if you're not doing it right now, that's what your purpose is to do something, is to stand up in some way, is to take some action. Whereas, you know, you would like to think that, you know, I think if you asked anyone outright, if something bad happened in front of you, would you stop it? I think everyone would say yes in theory, but in reality, I think we know that that's not the case. If that was the case, there wouldn't be any injustices in the world. There wouldn't be any horrible stuff that happens. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be any corruption, any unethical things that happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, pile 3, that is your purpose in this life, is to lean into these aspects of yourself and to help bring balance and order to the world and to the collective. Some of you guys in this pile may accomplish this by being like civil rights activists. Some people in this pile may go to the, what do you call it? Like go to protests and stuff like that, and you guys might actually have gone to protests in the recent years. Some people in this pile might even be animal activists or like to help out animals or the planet. People in this pile might want to become or are already be involved in law in some way, shape, or form, want to become or be involved in law enforcement, the judicial system, humanitarian efforts. Even with this tower here, I feel like many people will see these actions that you guys take or that you might take in the future as being a little bit like disruptive. I feel like your action, your ideals, your philosophies, and your efforts that you take might be to those around you or to other people who don't know you, be kind of like chaotic in a way, destructive in a way. And I put that in quotes because this tower here, it's like, this tower is standing, right? And it's built already, but I feel like it's built, at least in your guys' eyes, in the whatever purposes you chase after, whatever it is that you choose to defend in this lifetime. It's like this tower is built unjustly with this justice in reverse here. It wasn't built ethically. It wasn't built in a good way. It was built unjustly. I can't, there's no other way to say it. So it is there and it is standing. And for some people, they might see this tower. They might see the way that, you know what I mean, they go about everyday life and it's comfortable for them. It doesn't affect them. So when you guys come in with your activism, with your protest, with your whatever it may be, you guys are almost like this lightning strike right here, I feel like, and it's causing the tower to shake. And in some cases, if you guys are in a big enough movement, or depending on who you are and how far you reach, this tower could even crumble in certain circumstances, and people might look at you and think you're the cause of the tower falling down, when in reality this tower should have never been built in the first place, because it was not meant to stand up. It was unjust, it was corrupt, it was unethical, it was taking advantage of other people. It just wasn't right for the planet. It wasn't right for whatever reason, right? Yeah, I feel like you guys are meant to cause disruptive change, but like in a good way. Like the tower speaks of kind of like chaos, like I said before, disruptive change, and like a lot of people might see the protests that happen as being chaotic or whatever, and you know, not getting like political at all in this, but I think that a lot of people who have that mindset kind of weren't affected by problems going on in the world, and it's easy to kind of like sit back and say like, oh, this is really disruptive and this is really hurting things, when you're sitting comfortably, you know what I mean? Whereas the people who are protesting obviously aren't able to turn a blind eye to all the horrible things that happened, that they're not able to just be like, this is the way the world is. They're not able to just sit back and look at that. So like I said, some people might see you guys as being this disruptor or this person who causes chaos, when in reality it's like your comfortable tower was built like on the backs of others, was built on the misfortune of others, and this should not stand the way it is. Yeah, I'm obviously not saying that you guys are chaotic or you are causing chaos or anything like that on purpose, but you just like the way things are, and this has been something that's happened throughout history many times. As we all know, there's been like really unethical practices, procedures, there's been blatant corruption, there's been blatant just like not good things that have been totally allowed, and not only allowed but accepted by society, that have gone on for years and years and years, and would still be going on if people didn't stand up and say, no, this isn't right, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's why there is that energy here, is because it kind of needs to happen. There needs to always be somebody who's like, no, you can't get away with continuing things the way they are, because it's not right. So once again, we'll get into like kind of examples. I kind of gave you some already, like activist groups and stuff like that, but if you're not like, I understand, nope, not everybody wants to put themselves out on that level, and I totally get it. I do have like other examples, so just stay with me here. But yeah, you guys are meant to disturb the peace. I'm gonna put that in quotes, but disturb the peace, because it's like peace that's not, it's an illusion, you know what I mean? It's like there's actually, it's peaceful for a number of people, but for a lot of like other people it's not, and it's like you guys understand that, and you understand that this is like an illusion, like there is bad things happening. How can we just turn a blind eye, right? So yeah, so that's kind of what you're like meant to do in this life. And once again, it doesn't have to be just for people, it could be for the animals, or even just like the earth and the planet itself. Once again, examples that I had where you could be in already, or you could eventually get to being something to do with like environmentalists, activists, lawmakers, lawyers, human rights activists, anyone who uses their actions or words to create change and help the world. This could even be done through, you know, doing movies, shows, TV, radio, writing, books, blogs, the internet, social media. Like you don't necessarily have to be out on the front lines, you know what I mean, for this to be your pile. Just like anything that is going to help people realize, you know what I mean, and bring some change about. And not all the time does it have to be something that's super like I said, chaotic or anything like that. Sometimes it can be done in a good way, you know what I mean? With like, I think a lot of the times like songs that are made and like movies that are made and stuff like that are good examples of like art that is shared, that is helpful to society and to strike up conversations about the way things are and the way things should be, and they're done in like a good way, you know what I mean? This could even be if you guys, you know, maybe none of those fit. This could be as simple as you guys just raising your kids or talking to your family and about certain subjects, and kind of like standing up in that way, like making change in the ripples just with anybody that you come in contact with, you know what I mean? You raise your kids a certain way, obviously they're going to grow up to be the next generation, and hopefully they will continue on with that sort of mentality of, you know, this isn't right, we don't do things like this is not how we treat people, you know what I mean? or like I said, with your family, like having these discussions about different sorts of things that you think are unjust that maybe they don't see, things like that. It doesn't have to be like such a huge thing, but with all these major arcanas, I feel like you guys will do a little bit more than just that. But even if that was all you did, that is beautiful. It all starts somewhere. Like I said, it doesn't have to be this big, massive, crazy thing that you do. Like every action is important and every person is important. It's usually not one person who creates the change, right? And like, yes, there usually are people who stand out more and hold more responsibilities and more authorities and more burden because of that, but it's usually a collective consciousness, and any effort towards helping and changing that collective is something that is going to be beneficial for the whole collective, right? If not in the family aspect, this could be done in the community aspect or in your own culture, you know what I mean? A subset. It could be done in your just the career field you work in, you know what I mean? So just, you guys get what I'm saying. Especially with this 10 of Pentacles cards, it's just like you just want to really protect what's passed down, whether that be cultures, traditions, whether that be physical assets, so people's houses, people's homes, their money, their legacies, things like that. It's just like you really just don't want that taken away from people because somebody has the power to take it away, you know what I mean? You don't want that to be taken away from people unjustly. So this could even be you working in other sort of things that help people who maybe have had like a wrongful lawsuit against them, or who perhaps have been like wrongfully sued or something like that. Something where there's somebody's trying to take away their legacies, trying to spoil their name, spoil their finances, their inheritance, their traditions, trying to take away their traditions in some way, shape, or form. So, and with this Temperance card here, like I said, there's a lot of Libra energy here. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do this life purpose like you guys can, because a lot of people kind of, how do I phrase this? There's always two sides to the story, right? And just because something is your truth doesn't mean it's the only truth. There's a lot of truth in the world, and just because you gravitate more towards one doesn't necessarily mean that the other ones are false. So a lot of people would not be able to carry this sort of life purpose because they wouldn't be able to balance themselves, I guess. I'm not obviously saying that, once again, your side of the story is the only side or is the correct side or anything like that, but I feel like you guys do have a little bit more of a inner balance in yourself, to question yourself, to be like, am I really doing this for the right reasons, and really keep yourself balanced in a way that you're not making decisions and you're not trying to push these things out of traumas that you might have, out of insecurities you might have, out of just other shadows that you might have, you know what I mean? I feel like that's also why you guys specifically in this group are given that, because with this Temperance right here, it's like doing everything in moderation, knowing when to start something, knowing when to stop something, knowing when to push, knowing when to fall back. It's about healing. It's about not, like I said, doing anything in excess. So I feel like this is like a really, I don't want to say a heavy life purpose, because that sounds horrible. I feel like you guys will definitely be fulfilled in this, but once again, I think that only certain people can do this, because to truly be on the side of justice is that where you have to be on the side of justice for all, not just the people that you agree with, not just the people that, you know, look like you or act like you or whatever it may be. And I feel like a lot of people can't put aside those differences. And I'm not saying, you know, that this group, like, you're perfect or anything like that, but I'm saying I think you guys have a better time, especially with this, like I said, with this Temperance card right here. It's just like, you know when to move forward, you know when to back off, you know when to heal yourself first before getting into other things like this. And this damn camera keeps cutting off. I was saying with this Temperance card right here that you guys are also helping heal other people as well. Definitely heal them from things that have gone wrong in their life due to other people, other situations, just not being fair, not being right, not being ethical. Yeah, just definitely helping people who have been wronged in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be, like I said, a career that you're doing this in, although I think for a lot of you this might be the case with this Ten of Pentacles right here. But in some way, shape, or form, you're just like the mediator, you're the peacekeeper, you're the negotiator, you're the person people come to when they want like a fair honest mind, when they want a fair, honest opinion, when they want to hear a balanced side of the situation, when they want their name cleared, when they seek justice. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Or at least that is your life purpose, is to be that person. So yeah. All right, let's get into an oracle card for you guys. What other messages does pile 3 have about this? What is pile 3's life purpose? I need to get some more oracle cards. I used to have a shit ton. Excuse my French. I used to have so many oracle cards, and then I honestly got rid of like a lot, and I'm happy I got rid of them because I wasn't using them, but I think I like overacted and got rid of too many, and now I only have like 3 because I didn't think I was going to do these pick card readings, and then I ended up doing them. Yeah, maybe I'll get some more oracle cards one day. Anyways, let's see what is your life purpose, pile 3. Yeah. Absolutely. So fear in reverse, absolutely. I feel like you guys are here to definitely help people who are either living in fear because of the way things are right now, or the way things will be when you step into your life purpose in the future. You're definitely helping people to overcome these fears of things that have been done against them. Definitely helping people to just break this fear, release this fear, because you're going to help them receive justice. I don't know how else to say it. You're going to make people feel less afraid because they finally know that somebody's on their side with you. In pile 3. And then trick. This one doesn't mean you're going to be tricked. The first time I read that, I was just like, I don't want to be tricked. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It's actually a really positive card when it's upright. This card talks all about being protected from deceit. It also talks about success after taking risks, and taking the risks that you have been considering. It very much encourages that. Yeah, it's all about loving your journey that you're on, and just like experience the journey for what it is. It's not the destination, it's the climb type of thing. Yeah, it urges you not to take things too seriously and encourages you to be curious, generous, and cheerful. It also speaks to kind of like look before you leap, but take the leap anyways, you know what I mean? So like plan it out a little bit, but don't be scared to take the leap, because it's a good omen for you guys. And yeah, I just feel like that for you in general is definitely about you guys finding opportunities in the chaos here. And once again, this isn't just about furthering your own wealth, your own name, your own status, or whatever it is, but I feel like especially with this 10 of Pentacles right here, it will come hand in hand. For example, obviously if you're like a judge or something like that and you get to a high standard like standing, obviously you're going to be compensated, you're going to be in a seat of authority because of that, you're going to be respected because of that, but you're also going to be, with this spread at least, helping other people in a fair process by law, right? And then the fear card in reverse, once again, I just feel like you're helping people to just, because, how do I put this? It's kind of scary sometimes when you think of, at least I was thinking this recently, I feel like some people, if they could, they would in certain situations. And I mean like messed up things. If they could do certain things to certain groups of people, to certain types of people, they would. And I never used to believe that until recently, and I'm just like, and it's not like a fear thing, I'm not trying to be like make you guys fearful or anything like that. It's more of like I just kind of like had rose-colored glasses on, and am now kind of seeing like if some people could, they would, you know what I mean? And I think you guys are going to be one of those people who stops those people from doing, you know what I mean? Obviously if there's no repercussions for certain actions, people are more likely to do it, and the repercussions have to be enough that it can hold these people back. And I feel like you guys are going to be part of that powerful collective, of that powerful force that will help keep these things at bay. It's like the checks and balances type of thing. So yeah. Also, if I laugh about things, guys, if you've never seen my readings, I kind of laugh sometimes when I get uncomfortable, so don't, I'm not actually laughing at the situation or at you or anything like that. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's get a couple more cards and then we'll get the final card. So, what is pile 3's life purpose? Leave me a comment down below, by the way, if you guys obviously like resonate with this, but also like if you already work in a field like this, if you're already like into stuff like this, I don't know. It was just, it helps me a lot because I know what I'm feeling as a reader, but it definitely helps, especially with examples and stuff. I feel like my examples are horrible. I can only think of like these weirdest examples. I don't know where they come from. But yeah, you can help me understand your reading better because it's kind of one-sided on this, if you feel comfortable. So yeah, all right, what is pile 3's life purpose? Let's see. So we have, what? Literally, didn't I say this? Didn't I say peace earlier? You're the peacemaker. Tranquility, higher self, peace, evoke. You guys are going to help evoke peace. This is exactly what you're meant to do. Oh my God, that's wild. Once again, the level that you choose to do it on, that's up to you. You don't have to chase all the way to the top. You don't have to be like Martin Luther King Jr. Like, you know what I mean? If that's something that you feel like you can actually take on, then definitely do it. But like, you don't have to if you don't want to, if you feel like that's too much for you. I'm not saying like that at all. But you guys are going to be in some way, shape, or form like peacemakers, peacekeepers. Yeah, you're going to be the negotiators. Then we have frequency, flow, sound, vibration, energy, healing. Yeah, guys are definitely going to help people heal. You're going to help like the energy overall, the collective overall heal too. Like I said before, like the checks and balances, that's definitely what I'm feeling for you guys. You're going to be one of those people who keeps the balance, not only in like whatever field you decide to work in, whatever situation you decide to, you know, have this kind of mindset in, whatever dynamic you end up doing this life purpose in. Not only will you be the checks and balances for that situation, but in like the collective in general, this will be your purpose. You know what I mean? And then we have hidden wisdom on wisdom, elementals, fairy, uncover. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to show what's hidden. You're going to kind of bring to light things that people maybe don't want to talk about because they're kind of, you know, topics that are uncomfortable. They're things that go on behind the scenes that nobody wants to hear. They're things that people just feel like when it's brought up is kind of like shaking the rug, you know what I mean? And they don't want to hear it, but you're gonna bring it to light because it's not fair that it's happening and you guys aren't the ones to turn a blind eye to it. So, okay, so we'll get one last card. Darn heater came on again. It's nighttime and it's cold out, so it comes on more now than it did before. All right, so let's get one last card. What is pile 3's life purpose? What is pile 3's life purpose? Look at that! Do you guys see that? That's wild! So yeah, radical acceptance in reverse. I actually brought this up in a different group. It's kind of funny. I haven't brought this up in a while, but it is Freya, for those of you who are interested in seeing. So radical acceptance would be the concept that you're accepting things you cannot change. It's not saying that you deserved to be treated a certain way. It's not saying that you deserved to face the consequences you did. It's not saying that it's right what happened to you, but radical acceptance is just saying, I can't change what happened. I can't change this thing, but what can I change about my life, right? And when it's in reverse for you guys with this, it's like, perhaps you can't, but I can. I'm not accepting this, right? Like, I'm fighting this. This is my battle. This is why I'm here. I'm gonna read that one out of the book just because I've been doing that. But yeah, I'm definitely just like, this is not something you should accept, and your group especially, like your group especially, you're going to be in a position that you are going to be the ones who can fight it, right? Because not everyone is in a position to do that. Not everybody has the courage, has the strength, has the authority, has the respect, has the finances, has the resources to do that, you know what I mean? But you guys are going to be the ones who is able to do that. So let's read this out of the book. Failure and disappointments are part of life that few want to accept. Perhaps a job that you want doesn't come through, a lover that you thought was the one betrays your hopes and expectations, or maybe your kids are acting out. Maybe a long-term creative project didn't yield the success that you so dearly hoped for, or perhaps you were hurt by somebody for no apparent reason. Goddess of War and Radical Acceptance, Freya, says, have no fear, this is only temporary. Now is not the time to linger in perceptions of low self-worth. Your alignment task is to accept the truth wholeheartedly and see your situation exactly for what it is. She will bring you to a place of surrender where you have time to heal. Freya knows that you will emerge stronger and wiser. Only good will come out of this. Trust the goddess Freya is watching over you. So yeah, I think part of that message is definitely for whatever had happened to you guys in the past with this justice in reverse, whatever led you on this path of becoming this like justice warrior, like I don't know how else to put it, this person who fights, the negotiator, the peacekeeper, whatever happened to you that started this journey is, I think, what this is talking about. Absolutely, to accept the truth that you can't change that for what it was, but you can make something out of this. But like I said before, I also think with this in reverse, it's saying that you guys aren't the one who is going to accept the larger things, right? Once you get to this point, once you reach this point in your life purpose, you're going to be the ones who are able to fight, who are able to negotiate, who are able to come to some sort of agreement, who are able to maintain the peace and help others and help people heal, because you're able to be that person who intervenes. So anyways, that's it. No pressure. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, obviously this is your life purpose. You have your whole life to figure it out, and obviously you're gonna go with what feels right to you. For different people in this pile, this is gonna look so different, you know what I mean, in different aspects of life. So anyways, that is all I see for you guys, pile 3. Leave me a comment down below about the reading, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye guys.